Good evening, and welcome to the Twitch Onyx Path channel. And we're Haunted Chronicles, and we are starting a new campaign this evening, the Wyrd West. I'm Tam. I'll be your storyteller, and let our players introduce themselves here.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Moira. You can find me on most social media as Moira_Fuller. And I am playing Lady Amethyst, or Amelia Banner, who is as Tam puts it, a professional companion that you can find down at the saloon.
Cool. My name is Mitchell. You can find me on all the social medias at Penny for a Tale. Today I will be playing Emilio Flores, a teacher here in the Wild West. Very introverted. He has a daughter, just trying to get by day.
Hi, I'm Sam. I don't really do much social media, but you'll sometimes see me in the Twitch chat as Grendel Stiltskin. My character is Caleb McCarty, a cattle rancher who runs the McCarty Ranch with his other brothers and sisters.
Hi, I'm Chael. I'm on Twitter as Chael_not a mimic, an unhealthy amount of Twitter time, unfortunately. You can also find me over at Lawful Stupid RPG. And tonight I am playing Minnie Morrow, the owner of the saloon. Professional companion, I suppose.
Well, howdy, folks. I'm Chops. Tonight I'll be playing Marshal Harold Wells. Just came into town about 4 months ago, and I'm keeping an eye on things here.
Muted. As mentioned, I am Tam. I was muted, and I am your storyteller, and I'll try not to be muted most of the time. I wanted to say something as we are going to be setting this in Arizona, in a real place in the real world. And of course, we're a fictional takeoff on that. But we are in the land of the Hopi and the Navajo. And I, Jonathan, would like to say thank you for allowing us to use your space. We promise to be respectful of you and your ancestors. We're in a small town known as Hawks Rest, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles south of the first mesa in Arizona. That puts us about 11 miles east of the Onseca Canyon, which is where the first trading post was really built out. Navajo frequented it more often because it was more in their territory, but it also opened trade routes for the Hopi for the first time. The year is 1899. Hawks Rest was a budding gold mine town. Gold came in and the people came around. And the railroad said, you know what? You're building the big city there. We're going to make the railway come into you. But when the gold ran out, the mine shut down. The railroad decided not to come. Some of the prospectors said, you know, it's too hard to up and leave, so they decided to move to ranching. You had people who'd moved in, trying to support the community and build a town here. Families that have been here for 15, 20 years. But then a lot of people left. We're not quite a ghost town in Hawks Rest, but things aren't looking good. Unless you can get the rail in here or you can find something really to beef up the community, it's hard to get new people coming in. You're basically day to day making what you can with the people who live around this town. One of the center points of this town is the saloon, the Holly Inn, which was purchased not too long ago by Miss Minnie Morrow. She's shall we say, is working girl. Comes from a classy place out in the east, I believe. She bought this place to try and make something of it. It came cheap because Mr. Hawley'd had enough and he was ready to get out of here. So we're in the saloon, the brothel, let's be honest. It's about dinner time. Minnie's there, making her way around the tables, reading. Her young worker lady, Miss Lady Amethyst, she's doing what she can to make sure everybody's happy, has a good drink, and yeah, even the guys who are skulking out on the floor behind them so they won't be seen by the preacher who's walking in. James just went by and tried to stay off camera.
He did not do very well, but that's okay.
let him know I narrated the whole thing. So.
Oh yeah.
So Minnie, Lady Amethyst, let's start up with you. And what's happening in the saloon right now? It's not too busy a night. You probably got 5 or 6 people hanging around in there.
Amethyst, darling, can you see to the gentleman in the left? And I think he needs an extra drink. Go ahead and take him this one and tell him it's on the house.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I will swoop around to one of the gentlemen in the back, sitting off to the right. Well, hello, sir. How are you doing this evening? Can I get you anything?
Yeah, I'd like a whiskey and what do you got for steak around here?
Well, our cook, Romero, makes the best steaks in the world. Let me go get you some. And don't worry about the drink. It's on the house this time.
Does anybody play cards here?
Why, yes, we do. Actually, I play cards myself. Would you like to play a game?
Well, I'm talking more. I tend to play cards for money. Not seeing a lot of gambling going on, and there's not like some kind of issue against gambling around here, is there?
Oh, absolutely not, sir. But I think I can offer you a little bit more than money, if you know what I mean.
Why don't we just go with the steak for now?
Suit yourself, sir. I will go to the back and Romero, we need a steak, please. And honey, please don't burn it like you did the last one, okay? I know it was an accident, but we don't have enough customers as it is.
So he wants it mooing, or?
I don't. What did they do back east? If it's bleeding, I think it's all right. So just do that, and I'll get him a drink on the house.
All right, and we're running out. You need to get with that McClarty fella and get us some more beef in here, because
I try to get his beef in here all the time, and it just doesn't work.
Is everything a double entendre to you?
I don't know what you're talking about. I will swoop to the bar and pour him a whiskey and bring it back. Here you are, dear. Your dinner's it's getting started right now.
Thank you, miss.
Can I get you anything else?
I think this'll do for now, ma'am.
All right. Well, I'll see to you later. And I'll hop up and I'll just make the rounds, checking on everybody, making sure everybody has everything they need.
Okay. Upstairs, Emilio, you and Violetta are getting ready for dinner. What's going on?
Yeah, we're kind of getting ready, nice, dressed appropriate. Like I'm trying to put as many books as I can in my hand, ranging from biology to local geography, Spanish to English, as well as some philosophy and political theory. He's telling his adopted daughter, just come on, Manaki, we're going downstairs. Hopefully the piano's open, so maybe we can get some practice in. As always, please por favor, don't engage the male patrons from whom you don't know. Okay, they are here for a particular thing, and they might be a little bit intoxicated. It's just better if you focus on your studies. I promise only a couple of hours tonight, and then a nice early bed, and then we'll wake up bright and early, 5 a.m. To look at the sun as it comes over the horizon. Oh,
Yes, Papa. Yes.
yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. I think I got this right. And it's like looking past the door as he kicks it open with one foot and carefully like brings this pile of books down.
All right. Violetta comes behind you and shuts the door. I would have opened it for you, Papa.
No problem. No problem. Don't worry about it. You just focus. Keep in mind of your studies. Question everything. Let your mind run wild. Don't focus on the books and my journey. Focus on your journey. And I'm so excited. This is going to be great. A great study night.
So, Papa, if I'm supposed to question authority, does that mean I should engage the male patrons? And she just kind of smiles at you sideways.
This is the only time I'm going to. Feel free to question. Just also listen to me. I'm just trying to protect you. And just be careful. Sometimes people out here believe that law is just kind of something that comes and goes, but really, the contract of social society, it's always present, and ramifications do occur even when no one's watching. So remember our theories and kind of moral philosophy and such, and just do right by society. All right, and make sure you take care of yourself first and foremost. And he kind of like starting to have the awkward wobble down the staircase.
She sighs as she walks past you at the bottom of the staircase, and you hear her saying under her breath, "Just sounds like oppression of the man against women's suffrage to me."
Spot on. I do have a book concerning that. We can explore that tonight. I think that would be a great topic too. Spot on.
Minnie, you see as Emilio and Violetta make their way downstairs. It's dinner time. They need a table somewhere. Not that you're so booked up you don't have space, but
I always have space for Mr. Flores. How nice it is to see you. I'll swoop over and link arms with him. Come along, I've got a table just for you, right next to the bar.
That's in Senora Moro, and you see a little bit of blush kind of come to his cheeks. Thanks. That's splendid. Thank you very much.
I'll rub his shoulder. Now, do you need any help with those books?
Oh no, it's all part of the burden of education, the people before, like, just trying to bring all these books here to America with its own thing. It's not such long of a journey from upstairs to downstairs. If anything, it reminds me of why we do this, struggle.
You are just so cute. She'll take the top two books and just tuck them under her arm. You'll have to read me a bedtime story sometime, Mr. Flores. And I'll get him seated at his table. Where is your darling daughter?
Oh, crap. He's setting his books down. Violetta? Hola? He's looking around.
Violetta, darling.
Now, Violetta, so you just take it and just use your fingers. It doesn't matter. You can just rub it all over. You just got to make sure you look rosy. Here you go.
Oh, excuse me just one moment, Mr. Flores. Lady Amethyst.
Yes,
Amethyst.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Stop that. She is too young. Stop that.
No one is too young for roses on their cheeks.
That she don't need no roses on her cheeks. She is a baby.
Well, I think she is a beautiful young lady. And I'm just
That is
Okay.
wonderful, Amethyst. I am so glad that you look after her. Can you please go see to those tables and I'll get her set up with
Oh,
her daddy?
yes, yes. I'll be right back.
As
But
soon
just like
as
that, you can
And
blow
I'll
on your
grab
nose too.
Violetta.
Okay.
as Lady Amethyst
Amethyst!
walks away, Violetta's going to lean over to Minnie. "So can I borrow your lip glow again?"
All right, just don't tell anybody. And I'll just lightly kiss her on the lips to try to get some off of it. There you go. Just don't tell anyone. Don't tell Amethyst. Come on. Oh, Mr. Flores, I found her. Here you go. Here you are,
Uh,
Princess.
I let that. Excellent. Oh, we have so much. Where should we start? Getting hot.
I'll walk around the back of his chair and I'll rub the back of his shoulders and down his arm. Now, is there anything you need? Anything at all?
N- um, a glass of water would be splendid.
Is that all? You don't want you a drink?
No. I think during if I am asking Violetta not to do certain things, I think it's only fair that I do the same and show the example of thoughtful and focused study upon the academia that we have present.
Mm.
But thank you. Thank you
Of
so
course.
much.
So sweet. I'll go up to the bar. I'll get 2 glasses of water and 1 glass with a little bit of any type of rum or vodka that's clear. And I'll come back and set the glasses down. Here you are. This is extra chilled water just for you.
Oh, thank you. We shall have this as a reward when we get past our first
Oh.
chapter.
Well, you want to drink it while it's really cold.
Oh,
Go
well,
on,
fair.
dear. And I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up and I'll hold it to his mouth. Come on, darling. Here you go.
Oh man. Oh, that is.
This.
Whew. Oh,
And then I'll give him a little kiss on the cheek.
God, is it hot in
I'll
here? Can we maybe open a window or something? It's oh man, it's gonna be.
You always flatter me. I've got to check on the rest of my patrons, but I'll be back should you need anything at all. You just let me know, all right?
Thank you. Gracias once again, Senora Moro. We'll be right here. And do let us know if there's anything I can do for you during our time here.
Oh, there's always things you can do for me, honey. And please, it's just Minnie.
Senora Minnie, then okay. Thank you. And he'll like awkwardly like open up any book and like turns it right side up and it's like, okay, Violetta, you see right here, we have Immanuel Kant. Let's start diving into these things before
As
we
you
get too
start
distracted.
mentioning books, a man sitting at a table with a steak and a whiskey sitting on the table stands up, straightens his jacket, his very nicely appointed clothing, and walks over and, "Pardon me, sir." Extends his hand to you.
Yes.
Talent, Jake Talent.
It's a pleasure, Jake Talent. I'm Emilio Flores. This is my daughter, Violetta. How can I help you?
Good to meet you. I heard you mentioning some books over there. I'm quite a collector of books myself. I have my library upstairs. After dinner, if you'd like to come look, there might be a book or two you'd be interested in. I brought a few of them from back east.
I would love that. We have a small little collection we've been saving at the school for this very purpose. Oh, that's amazing. Yes. Oh, this is gonna make me tingle all night. Yes. Okay. When we're done, I guess just let me know when I can follow you to your room, good sir. And
No problem. We'll finish dinner here. And do you play cards? I might try and get in a couple of hands here.
I am dreadfully poor, and my luck has always swayed more so to bad luck than anything else. Just unfortunate, but hey, I guess as luck ebb and flows, it has to shine on probably people like you and less so on people like me.
Well, you know what? After you get a look through the books, maybe we can find a couple of books to wager on for a hand or two.
That's oh, that sounds exciting. Sure, why not? I have a couple of copy editions. If anything, it's the opportunity to have a new fresh book, something I haven't read before. We've been reading the same books for the last couple of years, so this is I'm very excited, good sir. Thank you.
Tell me, have you
Thank you
read
very
any of
much.
those by Mr. Verne, Jules Verne? Have you been able to pick up any of those?
Not yet. No, I haven't.
Hmm.
Might you have?
Yeah, actually, I loaned a copy of one of my books to one of the boys, Braniff, Billy Braniff, lives at one of the ranches around here.
Ooh.
But I got a couple others. Be happy
Well,
to loan some of those to you.
that is
Absolutely.
amazing. Most of the books I have, I've translated myself. They're mostly philosophy and mathematics and political theory and such from my country, Mexico. So anytime I get the opportunity to get more of a Western viewpoint on these things is well, it's exciting.
Well, I love facts and all that too, but sometimes it's good to get a little bit of fantasy in there, and a story about traveling to the center of the earth that's got a little bit of science basis in it. It's always a good thing.
Interesting. I haven't really gotten into any I guess science fiction fantasy before. I think the children would actually like that very much. If anything, it would inspire imagination.
It's always good to make them think.
Exactly. Find their passions.
Mhm.
Excellent. Well, good sir, enjoy your dinner. I have to say that you have some of the best people here to call upon. I know Senora Monroe, Senora Amethyst, all of these individuals, they're such a joy to be around. And I'm sure you'll find them joyful to be around too. Um, so yeah, if you'll excuse me, I need to finish this chilled water, as Senora Mar said. And I think that other cup is actually water, so I'll probably abide in that a little bit before I dive into these books.
And he says, "All right," and then he taps on your table like this before he steps back over to his and sits down.
Hmm. Violetta, that was odd, right? That wasn't just me. Maybe he's
Well,
a music man of some sort.
maybe, maybe it's just one of those ticks.
That is true. All right,
Hey,
fine.
hey,
Let's.
when you play cards,
Uh,
um, what was the book we were reading about? The one with the gambler in it, and he's talked about tells, people having tells. Maybe if
like
he knocks on the table, he's got good cards or something.
Oh, yes. Oh, more so, I thought we would move on over to mathematics since, card playing is really just a numbers game. So I think this is a great segue. Good job,
Ah,
Violetta. Let's go into algebra and then we can do some graphs and such. This is going to be amazing. We'll see the percentage odds that we have as different cards come into play. And he's like, gets paper out and he's starting to like put down card names and such. Oh, this is going to be a delightful evening.
very good. All right, Marshall, it's getting to be about dinner time, and you know the best place to get food in town, the Holly Inn.
Yeah, that's right. I was getting just about fed up with canned goods anyhow. I think I got a few dollars to spare, so I guess I'll head in and see what's on the menu.
So, Minnie, you've got a new guest who just came in the door.
Welcome. Come on in. What can I get you?
What you got for victuals, ma'am?
Oh, just the standards, I'm afraid. We haven't had a shipment in lately, but we got a little bit of steak left, if you spend that much. Um, yeah.
Well, if you got a plate of beans, I guess I'd take that. And yeah, just a beer, that'd be fine. That's
Well, I
fine.
certainly can get that for you. Why don't you come on in and we'll get you a seat at a table? And I'll link arms with him and lead him off to one of the empty tables. Here you are, dear.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I'll dash to the back, put in another order for some food, and grab him a beer and bring it back. There you are. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, just about fair to middling, I guess. It's well, it's a nice place out here. I think I like it.
Wait,
And been too busy in here tonight, has it? No trouble from nobody?
no, sir, no, not lately.
That's good. You have any trouble at all, any of you or any of the girls, I'm just across the way, you know.
Yes, it makes us feel a lot better. Thank you very much.
Well,
Now, you just
just
let me
doing
know
my
if I
duty,
can
ma'am.
get you.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
very good at it.
No, you're trying to flatter me. That ain't gonna work.
Now, you know I wouldn't do that, honey.
Well, that's all right, ma'am. Just the steak and the beer will do fine.
I'll be right back. And I'll dash off to the back and see where that steak's going.
I mute, so I'll be quiet, and then I forget to unmute. So looking around, you see Emilio and Violetta, of course, sitting over there doing schoolwork, and next to them you see a rather nicely dressed man. He's got that look about him, though. You know his type. He's a gambler. He looks over at you and...
How do you do? I'll be with you in just one moment. I'll toss my hair just a little bit.
And suddenly, the front door to the saloon area busts open. And Jared Monroe comes in. And he looks mad, Sheriff. Pardon me, Marshall.
Stand up from my chair.
Marshall? Marshall?
What's the trouble?
You come with me.
Yes, sir. Show me the way.
And I'm going to put you on hold here. We're going to go out to the McCarty Ranch where they are preparing for dinner. Family's prepared it. And Caleb, everybody's about to sit down, and Isaiah's not there, as usual.
All right. Where's Isaiah?
He was out running posts on the far side.
Anybody call him in for supper?
We sounded the bell. I mean, I can stand out there and yell all day if you'd like.
No,
I mean, I can go fire the shotgun a couple of times, you know.
Don't do that. We'll be fine. All right, well, we'd like to say grace.
They all kind of look around at each other a little bit. And, well, maybe we wait for Isaiah and Isaiah will do it.
I'll go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb heads out to his horse, Big Bill. Go right out and find Isaiah.
Mm-hmm. You can, once you reach one of the rise out a little bit from the ranch, you can kind of get a good view of your area, and you see a lantern out by one of the far posts. It's not moving, so he ain't riding or he ain't walking, so.
Isaiah.
He's going to be a good ways away.
All right. Caleb will ride out there.
As you approach, you get a smell that you know. It's the smell of rotting meat. And then you hear flies buzzing. And then you hear Isaiah saying some of those words that you don't allow inside the ranch house. You hear him pacing around and kicking.
Isaiah.
Caleb, come look at this.
When Sam Hill has gotten into you.
Just get over here and look at this. I don't. Who the hell does this? And lying on the ground is one of your prime cows. But at first you're not sure because it looks a little odd. And then you realize somebody has taken with what must be a really sharp knife and cut sections out. 3 sections. And they're like circles. One up on the front haunch, one on the back, and one in the center. And they even cut the bone. I mean, it's a clean, it's like they must have had a really good saw. And it's like somebody just came in, cut this section out, lifted it out, and left the rest.
What happened?
What do you mean? I mean, somebody killed our cow. And they wasted the meat. I mean, who cuts out the stomach and ribs?
How did they do it? Did it
Well, I assume with a knife, Caleb.
Will they even cut through the bone?
Well, maybe they got a big knife. I mean, I don't know. It's clean. And look, there's no blood. I mean, it's like they took all the blood out.
No blood.
Look. And he sticks his hand in there and wipes it around and pulls it up. And it's a little gooey and oozy, but it's not bloody.
All right. Somebody's got to get the marshal.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go get cleaned up. I've been standing out here in these flies trying to figure out what's going on. I didn't see any others. This is the only one I found.
All right. Well, as long as it was just one. There aren't any holes in the fence or anything.
No. No holes in the fence. No marks. No blood on the grass. And I mean, it was done right here. Ain't nobody dragged her. I mean, that's a $20 cow right there, Caleb.
I know.
I mean,
could be one of the other ranchers trying to sabotage us.
Oh, come on, Caleb. None of the other ranchers here think
they can get.
Why would they sabotage you?
Think they can get away with it now that Pa's passed.
Caleb, ain't nobody got it in for this ranch.
Well, then what else do you think it is?
I think it's in Prospectors.
Old Scratch?
No, I think it's in Prospectors. It's in Prospectors or... Look, one thing I can guarantee you, it ain't any of the people from the Mesa. They wouldn't waste meat like this.
No, I know. All right, come on. We're going to have supper, and then I'll head into town tomorrow, get the marshal.
All right. What are we going to do with her? I don't want to just leave her here.
No, can't leave her here. She'll attract buzzards. I guess you head back without me. Well,
no, Jake, I'm not going to leave you out here alone, Caleb. Let's just,
all right.
Just where do you want to haul her? I mean, guess we could take her outside the fence and leave her for the coyotes and the birds, but that's just going to make the coyotes come closer.
Well, it's big enough to take a while to bury. Is there a place is there a place nearby that the cow could easily be like dumped?
There's a few
Basically.
canyons and things around. Again, the big issue is you don't want to leave something out that's going to lead predators to go, there's food in this area. So burying it's not a bad
Yeah.
idea. Burning probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Well, might be faster just to burn her.
Yeah, all right. I got my rifle. I'll stay here, watch for coyotes. Why don't you go get some dinner? Then the rest of y'all can gather some wood, and then I'll come in and eat. I usually
Why
eat
don't you
late
like-
anyway, Caleb. Come on.
Isaiah, why don't you like to eat with us anymore?
Because all you want to do is talk about the ranch and talk about the other ranchers and talk about how they got it in for us. And Caleb, I don't think they got it in for us. And honestly, I'd rather be back there making a cabinet than out here watching the damn cows, all right? But I do it because you need me to.
Yes, because without Pa, we all need to pull our weight around here, Isaiah. We can't all do everything that we'd like to do. We got to
Yeah,
keep this
like go
place
in
running.
and see our girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Now, let's not go there. I mean,
Let's not. We got enough to worry about tonight. But this discussion isn't over.
fine. Go get your food. I've got this.
All right. You're
And as
sure?
I'm sure. I got it. Just bring me back some beans and some cornbread or something.
All right. Caleb will get on the horse and start riding back, casting another backward glance at Isaiah as he leaves.
Do me a favor. Give me a wits and composure roll, please.
All right.
I'm going to make somebody roll dice.
But you told me I wasn't going to roll.
Hey, we've made it. We've made it
rolling.
almost an hour in.
Get my dice. Sorry. Pull together. All right. Go quick. Okay, so wits and composure, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Got it. Is 1, 2, 3 successes.
All right. As you turn to head back, you kind of glance over the mesa and you see there's a couple of campfires going up there. You can see them pretty clearly at night. And you see something that looks like just above the mesa, a light. It's there for a moment. And then it must have been just something, a trick of the eyes as you were turning, because it flew off to the west. It like flew. This light moved off to the west, and you've never seen anything move that fast. Kind of left a streak in your eyes as it went.
Have I ridden away from Isaiah yet?
If you're ready to, absolutely.
But if I haven't ridden away yet, he'll call out. Isaiah, did you see anything?
No,
Up in the
I'm
sky.
looking. What? You see a coyote somewhere?
No, in the sky.
Why would I be
Shooting
looking in the
stars?
sky for coyotes, Caleb? I'm trying to protect the ranch.
Yeah.
You need to find a
Fine.
girlfriend. Jeez.
Why don't you keep your mouth shut about girlfriends for a while?
Why don't you get one? Might take that chip off your damn shoulder or that stick out of your backside.
Well, he turns and just spurs his horse back to the ranch.
All right. Make it back to the ranch as they're getting food and stuff going. Well, where's Isaiah? Couldn't you find him?
Yeah, I found him. There's nothing to worry about, just problem with one of the cows.
Well, the problem is we don't have another sick one, do we?
No, but I'm gonna have to ride into town in the morning. Talk to Marshall about it.
What? The marshal?
Seems like somebody killed one of our cows.
Oh, now this isn't one of your theories that all the other ranchers are out to get you, is it? I mean,
No, this actually happened. It wasn't a coyote. Or any other kind of animal either. Somebody killed that cow.
yeah.
Now just don't worry about it for now.
All right. Well, come on, dinner's set.
All right. None of you are gonna say grace. I guess I'll do it.
Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and cut on that and go back to the marshal and Jared Monroe. And he's just the whole way walking over to his place, which is a pretty good walk from the saloon. And you just won't, I can't not believe this. I don't know who would have done this. And you just,
Don't know who it was. Tell me at least what they done.
you're just going to have to see this, Marshall. You're going to have to see it. And you go, here, look at this one. And you walk up on what's obviously cow laying on its side. And there are sections cut out of it all the way through, perfectly round cylinders that have been removed.
When'd you find it?
Well, Brannock was riding by, and he saw it and came in and told me. But this isn't the worst part. Come on. And he walks about another 30 yards, and there's another one. Same thing.
Anybody hear anything? This doesn't look like it would be quiet.
Hear anything? No, we didn't hear anything. And then and just come on. And about
What,
another 40 yards up. And now, damn it, Marshall. That's my prize bull. I mean, it's one thing to kill something, but to waste all this meat and to kill my bull.
And you got no idea who it could have been. Nobody's got it in for you.
I mean, come on, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but this kind of thing doesn't just happen for no reason.
Well, then you go talk to those prospectors who are still out there, making no money, panning in the dirt all day. I imagine they got hungry. I don't know why they do this. They know they can come ask me.
If they were hungry, why'd they leave all the meat behind? That doesn't make any sense. Now, how long have these been out? Have they been missing, or did they just turn up like this?
It's just tonight. Here comes Mel. Mel, come on over here. He walks. Marshall?
Yes, sir.
I was riding by about, I guess, an hour ago, just before sunset, and I happened to see the one out there by the trail, and so I came in to let them know what was going on, and that's when I saw the next one, and then the bull.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you bringing it to our attention. I'm going to look into this. Suppose I'm going to move up to the bull and put my hand on it, see if it's still warm.
Well, and little Billy's there, and he pulls on his dad's arm. And Daddy, tell him about what I saw. Quiet, Billy.
No. What's this he's seen?
Marshall, trust me. He's just a kid. He's been reading this book that that stranger brought into town. He's just got all sorts of
you
weird
trust
ideas.
Me. I'm the one checking this out for you. What has the boy got to say? Let him speak.
Well, okay, so I was, well, I was in the tree. I'm not supposed to climb the tree, and so, but I was watching and I saw this guy, and he was wearing Captain Nemo's diving suit. Yeah, big helmet with glass, and
boy?
it's a suit that lets you breathe underwater.
Well, boy, I don't see a lot of water out here, but I believe you've seen him.
I'm telling you the
Where'd he
truth.
go?
He was wearing the suit, and his arms and everything were all covered, and he had this big metal and glass helmet on his head. And he was
That's all
walking
right,
like funny too.
Well, that's all right, but where did he come from and where did he go?
I don't know where it came from, but I saw him get on the big horse, the one, and the horse had that big horn coming out of the middle of his head.
Son, where'd this horse come from? First you said he was walking, now he's got a horse.
Well, I guess the horse was just there. I don't know. I saw him. Marshall, I was just looking out. I didn't expect to see it, and I see this guy coming across, and then I see him get on this horse, and I'd never seen a horse like it before. It was so pretty.
Well, that's all right, son. That's all right. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm trying to understand what happened. Now, you think he has something to do with the bowl here?
Mel looks over and Sheriff, Marshall, Marshall, do you really think we ought to? I mean, come on. I'm going to have enough trouble.
Yeah, I know, Mister.
He doesn't need to be lying. He doesn't need to be lying to the marshal like this, do you, Billy?
Look, it ain't no harm if the boy says he saw it. Maybe he did. It's something to go with. But
he saw a man. He saw a man in a metal suit.
Yes, I know.
Get on a unicorn and ride away into the sunset, Marshal.
Yes, I know. But you don't have any idea who done this to you. And it's the only thing I have to go with.
I got
now,
an
I'm
idea.
not going to be going looking for some man
I got
in
an
metal.
idea.
Yes,
I got an idea, Marshal. I saw Tocho out hunting earlier. I'm telling you, it's those people from the Mesa.
People from the Mesa. Mister, you caused them any trouble, and you might have trouble with them.
I'm not causing any trouble, right, Marshal. I'm just saying that if anybody here's doing this wild stuff, and at this point, Jared looks over and Mel, just cut it out. They're some of our best customers. They're friends. I mean, when you had the coyote problem, Tocho came over and got rid of the coyotes for you, didn't he, Mel? Well, he only did that because I paid him.
Yeah, like a respectable man ought to do. Now, those are good folk up there, and they don't cause trouble for no reason. And I doubt they came down here and did this. They wouldn't waste food like this. That ain't right.
I mean, what kind of...
Now, I'll take a look at those prospectors for you, and I'll ask around and see what I can find. And if you hear any more trouble, you can come calling for me. Now, you got a plan to take care of these bodies, or am I going to have to help you with that?
I think I'll just stack them and burn them. I mean, we can't use the meat at this point. Not when it's got the flies in it like that. I wouldn't give that to nobody.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I can't do a whole lot of investigating right now. It's late. I'll help you stack them up, and I'll help you burn them. And tomorrow morning, I'll start looking into it.
All right. Well, I'm going to be up tonight and I'm going to be riding around. I'm going to be kind of cranky in the morning because, Tish and I, we're going to be watching everything. We're going to go pull the herd in. And I'm telling you, Marshall, if you're out there, Marshall, and you say you're out there, you better say something because I'm likely to shoot first.
Well,
I
how's
see
about
somebody
this?
messing with the cows.
How's about this? I'll ride with you tonight. You ain't got to be alone. And anything happens, you'll have some help. And you'll have the law on your side.
Mel looks up. Well, that's great for him. You going to ride all the ranches?
Well, if they're doing it here, I'm suspecting that they might come back. If this is some kind of grudge, which it looks like it could be, they'll be coming back.
All right, well, I'm going to go be watching my land.
You let me know if there's any trouble over there. We'll be riding, but you better announce yourself. I don't want any mistakes.
All right. But Sheriff, but Mark, I'm sorry, Marshall. We're so used to having a sheriff here.
It's all right. Can't hold it against you.
I really would like to go up and with you, and at least we can go up and talk to Kesa and just see if any of her people saw anything. And I'm sorry if I offended you. I know they're good people, they're friends. I can't imagine anybody coming in and doing this. And the prospectors, if they were that hungry, I can't imagine they'd kill 3 cows. They'd take one and take it. It just doesn't make any sense.
I agree. That's why I think it's some kind of grudge. So we'll head up there in the morning, see what they got to say, and we'll check with the prospectors later, just on caution. Appreciate you coming out and helping us, but I suppose you got some things to take care of yourself. Why don't you take a look back at your ranch, make sure everyone's safe.
All right. How busy's the inn? I might go in and see if there's anybody who wants to earn a few bucks watching over tonight.
Yeah, there's about 4 or 5 in there, I think. Watch out, there's a gambler down there. I don't know that he's in any trouble, but you can never be too careful around that kind.
All right. Very good. And with that, Mel will turn around and head over towards the inn. And we'll just have everybody doing their guard and everything. But Mel's going to enter the inn, and any of you looking to earn a couple of, I'll at least pay you $1 for the night's work. Need somebody to help pull some guard duty out here. Seems like we have a predator problem. We need to keep them away from the herd.
Oh my, I hope everyone's all right.
People are okay, but got a couple of cows down.
I suppose I could ask Romero and see if he's interested, but as it gets later, we're really going to need him to cook.
I might be able to do it. I don't have a piece on me, but if you're just looking for a set of eyes for the night, $1 seems mighty fine right now, especially the bookseller present.
Well,
Lady Amethyst is gonna tap on Amelia's shoulder and go, "I got a piece if you need one."
I don't know how to shoot.
Oh,
so it's probably better if I don't.
Well, I don't really know how to shoot either, but when you hold one, it makes you look better.
I guess I could. Wouldn't that just escalate whatever situation I come upon?
Not unless the coyote's got a piece on them too, I don't think.
I guess, yeah, you're right. That's silly of me to think. Okay, yeah, a piece would be great. Do you have a holster for it? Maybe I should have a belt or something.
Oh, no, of course not. And she just pulls it out of her boot and hands it to him.
Okay.
Amethyst.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes. Teacher Flores is available for tonight to be on watch.
Violetta is going to walk over and she's going to take your hand and move your finger away from the trigger and go, finger off the trigger.
uh,
Only
Gracias, okay.
pointed at something that you want to kill, okay? Keep it pointed in a safe way. Don't point it at anybody. All right?
Maybe I shouldn't have this gun. I feel like I just don't. I'm not comfortable with it. Maybe.
Well, and she says, "Here, let me see it. Let me see it." And
Okay.
she breaks it open. Is it the Derringer?
Yeah.
Okay. She pops
It's a
it
nice
open,
one.
takes the two shells out of it, closes it back up, and hands it back to you, and go, "There, that'll be a lot safer for you." And she
Where'd you
puts the
learn
two
that?
bullets in your pocket.
Where'd you learn that from? Have you been talking to Amethyst?
It's in the books.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, excellent. I'm very proud of you. This is it just shows I need to redouble my efforts. I feel like there's bits and
Well,
pieces I've
I think maybe you should read and do some homework, and maybe I'll give you a test on how to properly handle a firearm.
all right, fine. As long as during that same time I will administer you a test concerning maybe some advanced algebra. Does that sound fun? And maybe a little side of political theory?
Great. Thanks, Dave. You go do that. Mr. Talent said he was going to teach me how to teach me something called counting cards. I figure it's math, so it's okay.
Yes. Um, Minnie,
Yes, Mr. Flores.
do you mind watching and,
Oh, honey, I would do anything for you.
excellent.
I'll put my hand on his arm. I
Oh,
would do anything. Now, can I pack you a lunch or something? You might get hungry out there.
oh, that would be nice actually. Yeah. That'd be
Well, you
great.
just hold on a minute. I'll go get you something good to eat.
Okay. And he'll put the gun somewhere, I guess in his shoe.
Honey, do you have a belt?
No.
Not that you need one, but should I get you something to hold that with?
The boat works just fine, Miss Marwan. That's where I always put. That's what my dad.
Yeah, and I figure I'll bring maybe a candle and a book or two as well, so that would probably take out most of my just items and stuff. Good sir, when are we leaving for such an expedition? And how long will it be? And do we get said dollar before working, or is it 50% up front, 50% when the job is done?
I'd like to have left 10 minutes ago.
Okay,
Let me-
yes.
It'll
Let me
be
get
all
something to eat.
night, and I'll pay you in the morning.
Let
Okay.
me get his dinner. Mr. Flores, one moment, please.
All right.
I'll run
So much to
back.
do. Okay, and he'll run over to the book person. Dear sir, can we postpone our meeting till tonight, or maybe we could do it right now, or I'll have $1 by tomorrow morning. I promise you that.
You go take care of your business. I'm
Okay,
going to
thank
teach
you.
young Violetta here a little bit about playing cards, and
Okay,
it'll be
excellent.
good.
All right. Okay, we can do this. All right.
All right, here's your lunch. Now,
Thank you.
Mr. Flores, do me a favor, all right? Just for me.
Of course, Senora Minnie. How can I help?
That gun,
Mhm.
please don't put it in your pants. You might blow off something important.
Okay. I have put it in my boots by the suggestion of Senora Amethyst. Is that good? Is that fine?
Just leave it there.
Excellent. All right. And with
Be careful.
of course, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. This. Okay. All right. I'm already late, and he'll chase off, heading towards the sir to help out with his little lunch and dinner.
Mel's gonna look around and see who else is left, and well, if if any of you stragglers could peel yourselves away from the fine young ladies here, somebody might want to ride out to the McCarty Ranch and warn them that we got some kind of predators out going for our cattle. So,
Yeah, I think it's just me. Yeah, just you and I tonight. It looks like splendid.
all right.
Hold on, real quick. And I just need to grab one thing from my room, and he'll run up real quick and come back with like a rudimentary like telescope type contraption, and he'll like slip it into his pocket.
What the heck is that for?
You extend it out like this, and there's multiple lenses within it that
save
magnify
it. We got to go take care of the cows. If it helps you take.
Okay, all right, all right. Is there a horse I can borrow?
You don't even have a horse.
No, sir. I even though I am enthusiastic, which is probably the most I bring to the table, I am merely a school teacher. And I sold my horse a couple months ago for some new pencils. They're quite hard to get. There's not many pencils out here, and to get them shipped.
But you do know how to ride, right?
Yes, good sir. I do. I rode up north here. It was delightful. It has been some time, but I assure you, I am
come
up for the task.
Come on. We'll just come on. Minnie.
Yes,
Can I rent one of your horses? I'll have it back to you in the morning.
Oh, yes. Just be careful and take care of my Mr. Flores.
Absolutely.
I can peel myself away from the other ladies and go warn the McCarty family. I run really fast.
Well, honey, you could just take one of the horses. It'd be all right.
Oh well, I suppose.
It's a mile. It's a mile and a half out. I think you might want to do that. You know,
I can get there in 10 minutes. Swear my life.
You can run up.
Yes, sir.
She's quite an athlete.
I honestly would love to see that, but I have
in my dress. I just hike it up. I take my shoes off.
Well, I'd really like to see that, but I don't think the missus would appreciate it.
Just take a horse, darling.
Okay. Do you mind? It'll be okay if I just step away for a minute.
You've been such a help. Yeah, it'll be fine. Take your time.
Oh, thank you. I should tell them that we need more beef, right?
Well, yes, please, Mr. Carly. He's not too kindly with me right now. So if you could work charms.
Yes, I can do that. Okay. Which horse do you want, sir? I can help you pick one.
Just anything that it looks like, and he'll point at Emilio, he can ride.
Oh, he needs Cherry. He's a pony.
I love the name Cherry. This sounds exciting. All right, let's do this.
Lady Amethyst will disappear over to near the stables, and she'll come out with two beautiful horses. One's a very just a nice kind of tannish little pony, and then this very nice figure like Palomino. And she'll hop up on the Palomino. And, here you go, sir. Take the little pony.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Amethyst. This is
how tall is Emilio?
He's about like 5'11".
Okay. So you get on this pony and your feet are maybe 3 inches off the ground, you know. It's kind of like you're on a hobby horse, you know.
Yeah, he'll fix his collar and everything. All right, sir, let's ride.
All right. I need you to give me a dexterity and ride, please.
This is where I just die. It was fun. I do have 1 in ride and 2 in dexterity. Okay, dice roller. Good to me, and that'll be good to you.
Just don't get a botch, and we're okay.
I don't like that sound.
Yeah.
chance.
I've heard that sound before.
I feel like you jinxed it. I got no successes and I got a 1, which I think is a bot.
Nice.
Oh. Well, as you are heading out of town, Mel's trying to keep up a pretty good pace. And trying to follow him, you're focusing on where he's going and not really watching where your pony's headed. And unfortunately, you didn't see the hole.
Oh, God.
And the pony's going to go down.
Oh, no.
And it's going to sprain its front leg.
Oh.
So fortunately, it didn't
no.
break, but the pony's unable to walk at this point.
Oh, I'm like, oh, Amethyst is gonna be so angry with me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy crap. Is there a horse? Where can I bring said pony for care? I haven't really had this issue come up before in a while.
You stay here and keep an eye on the pony. I'm gonna go get a wagon. We're only about a quarter mile on down the road to the ranch,
Okay.
and I'll be back with a wagon, and we'll see what we can do.
All right.
So
Thank you, sir.
All right, keep your gun out in case any of these predators come around. Right?
Okay. And he'll pull his
And
gun
don't
out
shoot me.
Yeah, of course not. And he'll also take out his telescope, and when the gentleman is a good ways, he's gonna put the gun away.
All right, we will come back on that one. Lady Amethyst, I assume you're trying to get out to the McCarty Ranch fairly quickly?
Yes, I am.
Let's have a dexterity and ride, and let's see how well you make it out there. How fast?
Ride. Is ride substituting for drive?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, great. I have none of that.
Okay, so I believe that's a -2 to your die pool.
Excellent. That's dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I have 4 of that. So that is it.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. That is. Does a 7 count? No, I always forget.
Nope. 8, 9s, and 10s.
Great. Okay. Well, I got 1 success.
All right, and if it's a 10, you get to re-roll it.
It is a 9.
Okay. All right. Well, 1 success is good. It gets you down the trail, but it's a pretty moonless night. It's kind of dark out, so you're not able to go as fast as you'd like to. So, you could have run there in 10 minutes. It's going to take you probably.
Ran.
It's going to take you, half an hour, maybe a little bit longer to get out there. But you arrive, and Caleb, you hear somebody coming up to the house just as you guys are finishing dinner.
Yeah. Caleb will look out the window.
And it's that young lady who works at the Holly Inn. The one who provides companionship.
Well,
Can I see him checking out the window?
Sure.
Okay. Amethyst will take her hat off and hi, hello. Could I see someone?
guess I better see what this is about.
And holy crap. Thomas looks over and goes, I'll take care of this, Caleb. I got it.
Oh, no, you won't. You go help him clean up the table after supper.
Fine.
And
he starts picking up dishes very quickly and stacking them very high.
Rachel, can you make sure he doesn't stack them so high they knock over and break?
Yeah.
All right. Caleb walks over to the door and opens it. Evening, miss. You're out late.
Howdy. How are you?
Long way from the inn.
Oh, yes, sir. So, uh, so she'll hop off her horse. um, yes, so, um, someone came in to the inn and has reported that their cows are just plain messed up. Don't know what did it, don't know how, and they are sending Emilio, Mr. Flores, out to stand watch. And
Wait,
I just wanted to warn you that there has been suspicion that there may be someone messing with the cattle. So you
who,
may want to have someone of your family stand vigil or put them inside.
who was it? Who came in?
Um,
Which rancher?
I believe Mr. Mel.
Mel
Uh,
Braniff.
well, we should come sooner. We already got hit.
Oh,
I've got my brother Isaiah out there watching the cows right now.
were they hit in a weird way? Did it seem like it was coyotes or was it something else?
Not coyotes,
Oh,
unless they're fond of cutting out round sections of a cow and sucking out all the blood.
oh, well, that's what happened with Mr. Brandoff's cows as well, right? Did he describe what was happening? Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure if you asked, Mel would have given you a description that was full of hyperbole, but yeah,
Sure.
you'd basically get the idea.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, that's what seems to be happening to the other ranchers. So please just stay careful. I don't know what could cause that kind of thing.
Did he have any idea what did it?
No, that's why I think we're doing vigil just to see if we can maybe catch him. I mean, other than animals and the native people, I don't really think it would be any of them.
No.
So there must be
Not
something weird.
Yeah.
Keep your hats on.
Now, hold
Keep
on,
your
hold on.
lights on too.
Did you hear him say anything about something in the sky?
Oh, I don't think so. Did you see something in the sky? Did it shimmer?
Probably just a shooting star.
Well, what did
Never
you
mind.
see, Mr. McCarty?
Just nothing worth worrying about.
Well, if you're worried about being out here for the night, I mean, you'd be welcome at the inn. I know that's not your favorite place to find lodging or
No.
company, but
I'm fine here with my family. That's where
Suddenly,
I'd prefer to be.
Thomas appears in the doorway and goes, "I could come in and stay at the inn if you need protection."
Oh, you'd be welcome to, Mr. Thomas.
No, you would not, Mr. Thomas.
The dishes are
Now
done.
it's late.
I have some dishes that could be done. Can he come in, please?
You're asking if Thomas can come to the Holly Inn.
Oh well, yeah, sure.
I
if he
suspect
wants
he's
to.
already been a guest.
Oh, is that a problem, sir?
As a matter of fact, it is.
Thomas is going to grab you and pull you to the side and go, "Come on, Caleb. She's got some really nice dishes, and I'd really like to clean them." Just.
Thomas, you I will not have you out there fornicating in that inn. Unwed, unprotected. And what if you get one of those girls pregnant?
I think they know how to take care of that, Caleb. I mean, it's
Oh,
occupational hazard or whatever. Besides, who knows? Maybe I will marry her.
well,
never know.
if you do, then maybe you can do all your dish cleaning.
Just because you've chosen the prudish lifestyle doesn't mean the rest of us have as well, Caleb. Some of us know
What would
how to go out and live life. I mean, have you ever even drank
You're
a shot of whiskey or played a hand of cards. You ain't never even kissed a girl, have you?
Your
Well,
life is
outside of
right here,
grandma, but
Thomas.
you know.
That is our life. This ranch. We have everything we need here. Now, what would Pa say if he could hear the way you're talking right now?
He'd say, "Don't let Mom catch you." Probably hand me $1 on the way out the door, too.
Are you needing a kiss, Mr. McCarty? I'm a good first kisser. If you want to know what it's like.
Will you be able to find your way back to the inn, Miss, I'm sorry, what was it?
Oh, well, you're not of the inn, so I guess you can call me Amelia.
Amelia, okay.
I could find my way back, I suppose, but we are running mighty low on beef and steak. I know with the cattle situation, it might be a little hairy for you, but could you perhaps bring in some kind of shipment soon?
You know,
I
I can go
suppose
grab some of the steaks we got out in the drying room there, Caleb, and I'll be
you are
happy to take them
chomping.
into the inn.
You are chomping at the bit, aren't you, boy?
I'm just trying to help the ranch out.
Trying to help yourself, more like.
Well, I should be paid fair for an honest day's work. What Dad always said.
You are paid fair. What my concern is how you decide to spend it.
Well, Mr. McCarty, how about you walk me home? And that way you could bring the steak and know that there won't be any dishes that go washed without Wed.
I don't know. I wouldn't want people seeing us together to be spreading rumors of impropriety, but
Oh well, I mean, I'm more than just what I do at the inn,
oh,
sir.
I know. Well,
I just do it for my family, just like what you do for your family.
well, all right. I wouldn't want you walking alone in the dark with Lord knows what out there carving up cows.
Oh well, thank you, sir. We'll figure it out. Mr. Emilio, I gave him my gun, so he'll be okay.
That's he's some kind of school teacher.
Yes, yes. But well, see, I was thinking that a lot of people don't really know how to read very good, and he does know how to read very good, and so that might be scary in and of itself. Someone might see him reading and think he's weird. Decide to back away. I don't know. I think he'll be just fine.
So you gave him a gun.
Yes, but it's not loaded. Don't worry. He's
Oh.
Miss Violetta took him out. I told him it's just nice to have something, to kind of scare people.
I wouldn't advise scaring people with a gun, but
Well, in dire circumstances, of course. I am good about my usage of my firearm. It is engraved. I really would rather not shoot it. I don't want to tarnish it anyway.
I'll take your word for it. But well, I suppose as long as it's in the interest of my younger brother, not misusing his firearm, I can take you back. I can take you back to the inn.
That would be mighty nice, sir. You could ride the horse, or we could walk beside it, or I could
Caleb,
ride the horse.
Caleb, I thought you were going to go out to Isaiah and you guys were going to burn the cow and you were going to take Isaiah some food. He's waiting for you out there, Caleb.
Well, I don't see why you can't do it just as well as I could.
Oh, well, we could do that first real quick if we need to. I'd be interested in seeing what those cows look like. I kind of like when interesting stuff happens.
Interesting. You, miss, that cow's kind of a gruesome sight. I'm accustomed to such things living out here, but I wouldn't want a lady to have to
Mister, I've seen a vulture with an eyeball in his mouth. I don't mind. His beak, not mouth. You know what I mean.
Well,
I don't mind it
all
really.
right.
I've been out in the West many a time. You see some weird stuff.
That you do, I suppose. All right.
Oh, I just
Come on.
accidentally.
Wait, what?
I said I've been out in the West. You see some weird stuff, and everybody went, "That's the name of the show." I didn't even...
Roll credits.
All right, sorry. That was great.
All right. Caleb gets a little of the beans and cornbread and leads you or gets on the horse, Big Bill, and invites you to ride behind him as he heads out to see Isaiah.
Right. Yes, sir. She'll hop back on her horse.
Now, I can come with you if you need, Caleb. You need some help.
I think the
Rachel looks-
biggest help you could be to me is if you stay inside and stop trying so hard as soon as you see a woman approach the ranch.
Fine. Rachel
You're like a
just kinda
dog in
giggles.
heat.
All right, and Rachel's going to walk out and bring you a lantern. You might want this.
Yeah. Imagine I will. Thank
Do
you.
you need the axe to chop up some wood?
Nah. If I know Isaiah, he's probably already got it taken care of.
All right, be safe.
I'll do my best.
All right. So we have Emilio alone watching his wounded, lame horse.
Yeah, he's like, oh, geez. He's like looking up at the star, and he's feeling guilty. And he's like, all right, let me see what I can do. Just like pet the horse. I am so sorry. I probably shouldn't have ridden you. That is my bad. If you could ever forgive me. Oh, jeez.
And then we got Marshall Wells out doing patrols. Caleb and Lady Amethyst. By the way, Thomas heard you say your real name, so he's going to be wondering about that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Heading out to meet with Isaiah. And Minnie's back at the inn, just trying to take care of things. And I think with that, we're going to take a short break. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Welcome back. We had Mr. Flores with a lame pony taking out his telescope to kind of look around and see what kind of things he could observe.
And petting the pony.
And petting the pony. Emilio, give me a wits and composure. Let's see what you can spot through your telescope. See what kind of night it's going to be for you.
All right. Just don't jinx it this time. One success.
All right. You're looking around. One thing you can see as you're looking off in the distance is you see Mel as he's making it up to the ranch house. You can just kind of make that out in the distance. Not a great telescope, but it's good enough you can see that.
Yeah.
But he ties the horse up and goes inside instead of getting the wagon. So kind of get the feeling you're probably going to be sitting here for a little while. So what direction do you look? Where are you looking with this telescope?
I mean, the sky, astronomy has always been a love of his, so just kind of looking up.
So you've got the first mesas to the north, you've got second mesa to the south, you've got the canyon to the west, and kind of open grassy plains to the west. Which direction sounds interesting to you?
Grassy plains.
All right. So as you're sitting there looking, the cherry's just kind of next to you, whimpering a little bit, and as you're looking off into the distance, you see a light. You put the telescope down and you can't really see it, so you put it back up, so you know it's out there a pretty good ways. And then all of a sudden that light splits off into 4 lights in a diamond shape. The diamond rotates a couple of times.
He's like, he takes off his glasses.
And then it splits again, and it's kind of an odd shape. It takes you a moment to figure out what it's saying. And you're like, that looks like the club on a deck of cards.
So it did diamonds before and now clubs.
Now a club, yeah.
Does it do? He's waiting for hearts and spades.
And it just sits there. It does the club shape, then spins around, goes back to the 4, goes back to the 1, and vanishes. Just fades away.
He grabs a pencil from his back pocket and like grabs like a piece of. He gets like his arm and he's like writing all of this down. So diamonds, clubs. Was it 1 and a 4?
Yep.
Oh my god. He's looking back towards the saloon. How far away is it?
It's a pretty good. You're about halfway between the ranch and the saloon, so you could see it in your telescope. But
he's like, I'm so sorry. I will be back. If anything, I'm sure this is better than waiting all night. Just okay, and he'll take off his shirt and like put it over the horse for warmth, and just kind of like everything. He's just like, okay, I'm sorry. He takes out his lunch and like places it before the horse. Like, here's some lunch. I'm sorry. Once again, just enjoy it. Okay, I'll be back, little pony. Okay, as soon as I can. It's just this is important, and I don't think he's coming back. He's gonna start like running.
I'm gonna say that you were out there for a while observing before this experience happened. So you're now topless, hoofing your way back to the inn.
Yeah.
And it is dark. You got a little bit of starlight, no moon. It's a dark night. I'm thinking dexterity athletics.
Yeah. he's actually pretty athletic. I feel like every morning he gets up early and goes for a nice run, does some aerobics in the morning, like stretching.
Pilates, you know.
Yeah, Pilates. Like
Hey.
he has some like physical health books that he just kind of learns from. So you said Dex in athletics?
Yes.
All right, cool. So that is a 5. Come on. Oh wait, no. There you go. 2 successes.
All right. So you're doing pretty good. It's going to take you a little while. You're cold, but as you
Yeah,
run, you
it's-
warm up a little bit, and you're making pretty good progress. You're able to stick to the trail pretty well and avoid any potholes and stuff. But as you're making your way back, I am going to flip back over to Caleb and Lady Amethyst as they meet up with Isaiah, and he's well, dadgum, Caleb, I knew you were bringing me some food, Miss Amethyst.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm
Not
afraid
you
I'm
too.
not currently in the business for quenching any thirst. We actually just wanted to come bring you actual food.
I appreciate it, and thank you for lighting up the evening there.
Of course, thank you.
I, Isaiah, Miss Amethyst, came from the Holly Inn to warn us about strange cow killings.
Well, ain't that a thing?
Yep.
And how did
Apparently-
you know about them?
Well, someone, Mr. Mel Branoff came into our establishment and was looking for someone to help do vigil over his cattle since he had lost some. And it sounds like, from what I heard from Mr. Caleb here, that you are experiencing the same problems.
Well, see, Caleb, it's not somebody out to get you, is it?
Well, it's
Yeah.
somebody out to get a few of us.
Whatever. I got the wood stacked around the cow. We might want to, hoist it up. I didn't want to tire the horse out by doing it and not being able to keep an eye on what's going around too. So why don't we hook up your
Yeah.
horse and drag the cow on top, and then we can get this taken care of. If that's okay with you, Chief McCarty.
That'll do, Isaiah. Now, you said you wanted to see this cow,
Oh,
Miss?
yes. Yes, I just kind of peek at it if you don't mind.
Be my guest. Not exactly a feast for the eyes.
So Isaiah's going to walk over and put his hand up to take your hand to help you down off the horse. He's got a lantern in his other hand.
She'll take it. She didn't need it, but she'll take it.
Yeah, just come on right this way. It's over here.
Of course.
Hmm.
Come on, Caleb. Don't let me take the young lady off into the dark by her lonesome. No telling what kind of things might happen. We might get into
Yeah,
a
well-
conversation.
Well, I truly pity her because no one wants to listen to you gabbing at him all day.
I don't mind.
You know, if you worked your hands like you work your jaw, we might not have so much work to do around here.
I think I work my hands pretty good, don't I, Miss Amethyst? Ain't never heard no complaints anyway. I'm talking about the cabinetry I did for the inn, Caleb.
Let's just get that cow pulled up on the pile.
Yes, sir.
And so,
Takes a-
sorry,
Takes
go
the
ahead.
rope
Caleb.
off of the horse and tries to fix it to the cow, and then think you could help me with this?
Well, get on over here. He'll tie it to the cow, let you get it up on the... I cannot remember the saddle horn. Jeez, I was like,
Saddle horn.
brain.
Yep.
How many saddles have I owned? Anyway. Oh, they're English style. They don't have one. Anyway. All right. So you're able to pull it up onto the stack of wood, and he unhooks it. And get your look now, miss, so we can burn this thing and get it over with. And sorry about the flies and the smell.
Yeah, yes. Well, before we burn it, I mean, we want to gather the evidence of the weird. And she'll, Lady Amethyst will lean in and check it out.
All right. And there's a couple of large diameter holes all
This
the way
big?
through. Yeah.
Wow. Does it look clean?
It's clean through. It's kind of gnarly because, it's
But it's like a
flesh, but-
clean cut.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like
Clean
serrated
cut.
or anything.
3 of them.
Ooh.
Yep.
For bone and everything.
Yep.
Wow. Cool. Well, Lady Amethyst will just solemnly nod and just kind of back away. Well, that's quite interesting. I don't
Somebody
know
cut right
anything that
through it
could
like
do
they were
that.
corn and apple.
Yeah, no. What could do that? Any wound I've ever seen.
Nothing
is
I've
not-
seen.
not
Isaiah
clean.
thinks it was a big knife.
Oh, well, you'd see the marks. I mean, it's like a perfect circle. You'd have to be a rather skilled craftsman to do a perfect circle like that with a knife.
Well,
Isaiah's going to go over and eat the food you brought him.
maybe it was some kind of, I don't know, surgeon's instrument or something like that.
Maybe. I think it was something freaky from the West. That's what I think.
What kind of freaky thing from the West are you talking about?
Oh, well, there's like there's ghosts and there's shimmer spots and there's like when the wind howls and sometimes there's those like cactus that walk where the water is at night when no one's looking, something like that maybe.
I do hear stories out here, but
Well, they're true, mister, otherwise they wouldn't exist. At least a little
sometimes I think
true,
it's
right?
just tricks being played on people's eyes. A lot of the time, at least.
That's interesting that everyone's eyes are playing the same tricks, don't you think?
People hear stories, they start seeing what they want to see.
I suppose. Maybe so. I like to
But-
believe them, though.
Well, when I look at that cow, it makes me wonder.
We'll figure it
Never
out,
seen
Mr.
the like.
Caleb. It'll be okay. I think.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Watch out, Caleb. You almost sound like an optimist.
That means sounding anything like you. I'll take your warning to heart.
Yeah. Wouldn't want you to sound erudite and intellectual or anything, would we, Caleb?
Why can't you speak words that other people are going to understand?
Because I read a book.
See, didn't those
Only
words
book
kind
I
of scare
need
you
is
a
the
little
Holy
bit?
Bible.
You said some words you didn't know, and that kind of scared you. I see. I think it's kind of scary sometimes. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I don't really ever get to speak to you, mister. You're very fun.
Don't let
I've
him
never
fool
been
you.
accused of being fun before.
Accused? That's a funny way of saying it. Not an accusation, it's a compliment.
Well, we're not out here to have fun. We're out here to light up this cow. So, I suppose we ought to get it lit up.
I
And
got
then I can take
matches
you
in my
back to your
boot.
inn. Do I even want to know why?
Oh, that's just kind of where I keep things. Matches are nice to have.
Fair enough, I guess. If you don't mind me having one.
Of course. She'll fish it out of her boot and give it to him. Little matchbox.
He lights it up, throws it on the pile.
Mhm. And it will ignite. And you're soon the smell of burning cow meat, hair, sinew, horn. It's not the best smell in the world.
All right, Miss Amethyst.
Yes, sir.
I'll get you back to your inn now.
Well, thank you, sir.
Oh, and I'll just stay here and watch the burning cow, Caleb.
Why don't you watch the rest of the cows, make sure this doesn't happen to any of them?
What do you think I've been out here doing?
Yeah, well, don't
Well,
let me stop you.
Well, you've been off gallivanting with the ladies.
I haven't been doing no gallivanting, Isaiah.
We haven't even kissed yet.
Yeah,
Did
you
you end
might
that
want to
sentence?
suck on a lemon first. It'll be a little sweeter.
I'll think about it.
Isaiah. He's not half as smart as his mouth is.
Well, that's smart in its own kind of way.
Look. Hey, is this your horse?
Oh no, I don't own a horse. I like to just run around and walk when I need to get somewhere. It's reliable. When you use your own 2 feet. This is just from the inn. He's a good horse
see.
though.
Yeah. In fine condition. Well, I
Yes,
can respect that at least.
yes. Well,
You should just take care of your horses.
of course. I would never give anyone a horse I didn't believe in.
Are you two making your way back to the inn at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good deal.
Would we
Well,
run
I'm gonna let you
across
guys.
Emilio?
I'm gonna let you guys ride for a little while. Marshall Wells, you've been out doing patrol. Why don't you give me a wits and composure, and let's see if you're finding anything while you're out on this trail. Zero. So you're riding around, and it's nothing. You're not seeing anything, not hearing anything. It's just a quiet night as you make your way around. At one point, off towards the west a ways, you think you see some lights, some kind of light out there, but it must just be a lantern or something, and just tricks of the night, stuff reflecting off of things. You're just seeing somebody off.
Yep, it ain't near the ranch. It ain't no trouble anyhow.
When it gets to be, you're getting a little closer to morning. You ride past a stand of trees. Don't see anything, and after you go past them, you hear a noise. Ooh. Marshall.
Yeah.
And out of the tree line steps Tocho.
Careful there. We've
Careful
had some
what?
trouble.
You've passed me 4 times. You didn't even see me.
Oh, gee. Well, you've always been good at that sort of thing.
It's the carrots. I eat lots of carrots. That's what makes the rabbits see good. Of course, I eat lots of rabbits too. So.
I might have to give that a try. Well, I'm out riding tonight because there's been some trouble with the ranches. Not
What's
sure
going
what.
on?
I'm not sure what. I think maybe somebody's out for vengeance or something. Either that or they got a real bad grudge to settle. 3 cows are dead. Got holes cut clean through them like I never seen. Bodies left behind, just left to rot. You folks haven't seen anything, have you?
No, it's, there have been a few, shooting stars, a few other things, but.
Well, be careful while you're out here tonight. The ranchers are a little spooked, and I'd hate for anything to happen. You've always been kind to us, and make sure your people are safe. I don't know what their aim is or what their goal is. I'm hoping it's just something with the town. We can take care of that, but you take care of your people.
I will. Why don't you? I'll ask around. I'll look and see if anybody else. We've got several hunting parties out. Why don't you come up to the mesa in the morning?
We were planning on it.
No.
I was going to check in with you folks, see if you had heard or seen anything, and then I was going to check in on the prospectors. Now, you haven't had anything at all strange happening lately. Nobody causing any trouble for you?
Well, I mean, we have the usual. The prospectors like to harass the animals, and again, the army's pretty much killed off any buffalo that might have been in the area. You know, mhm. But aside from the wonderful promises of the great white president, we're doing pretty good.
Well, I don't know that I can do a whole lot about most of those things, but when I get up there with the prospectors, I'll have a talk with them, see if we can set things a little bit better for you.
I'd appreciate it. We're not here to fight with anybody.
No, and we're not here to cause trouble with you either.
I know Casa's a little bit low on tobacco. If you want to bring some to her, I'm sure she'd appreciate that.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you letting me know. Anything else you folks could use? We're coming in from town anyway, may as well.
I think we're good. Well, I'm obviously not going to come down trying to trade for any beef, it looks like, for a little while.
That's probably for the best. I don't know how much they've got to spare anyhow. They're losing heads, so hopefully we'll put a stop to that soon.
Mm-hmm. The army's down at the fort, but they haven't moved out of there. That's what, 30 miles out. We haven't really seen anybody new coming in. You had someone new come into town the other day. Fancy dressed guy.
Oh yeah, gambler.
Oh,
Well,
by the way, your school teacher, um, he hurt his horse. He took his shirt off and he's running back into town.
Oh. Well, I guess I better go check on that. Tell you what are you out here for tonight?
Just hunting.
Well, if you could keep your eyes peeled, let me know if you see anything or hear anything. Like I said, we'll come up and check on you tomorrow and bring you some tobacco.
All right.
Be safe out there this evening.
He's going to pat you on the shoulder and all right. Good luck.
Good luck to you.
And by the time you put your hat on and it crosses your face, he's gone.
See, I'd never get used to that. And I'll say, all right, Blue, come on. Let's go check on old Emilio. And I'll turn him back towards town.
All right. Back at the Holly Inn. People have come through. Dinner's been done. You've cleaned up. Most everybody's left. Mr. Talent is sitting there with Violetta, and they're playing cards. And she's actually getting pretty good, apparently. You can tell from the fact that he's getting a little frustrated at times as they're playing.
Of course, I'll walk past and give him a few extra drinks. Loosen him up a little bit.
So, the school teacher, where's he from?
Mr. Flores.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say he's down from Mexico. Why are you interested?
I just like to know people and where they're from. Where are you from?
I'm from out east.
Well, East is a big place.
It
I've been
is a
East.
big place.
I've been East.
Isn't it so much nicer out west?
I don't know. Have you heard about these things they called hot showers? They have them in Boston. They have these rooms set up and you walk in and it's like a rainstorm.
Oh, that sounds absolutely dreadful.
But the water's hot.
Well, you just heat it up over a fire. I don't know that I want a hot rainstorm falling over my head.
Well, you should try it at some point. It's good.
I don't reckon I'll ever go back east.
Well, how about this Marshall?
What about him?
What's his name? What's his name again?
You are awful inquisitive, sir. His name is Mr. Wells.
Marshall Wells.
Are you looking for someone in particular?
No. I'm just, like I said, I like to know the people who are in town, and I like to stay on the good side of the law. You know, in my line of work, it pays to be friendly. And Marshall Wells.
Where are you from, sir?
I'm from all over. Most recently, I'm from down Louisiana way.
Oh, isn't that dreadful place with all the gators?
Well, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, they've got New Orleans, and tell me, you ain't had a party till you've had a party in New Orleans.
Oh, well, why don't you take me to New Orleans sometime?
Well, that's moving back east a little ways. How far east is too far east?
Well, we wouldn't live there, of course, but...
So if we stay on this side of the Mississippi, it'd be all right.
That's a safe bet.
Well, we'll have to see about that. Catch us a riverboat.
And that does sound delightful. I can't say that I've ever done that before. It's like, now, I don't think I caught your name.
Talent. Jake Talent. And he'll offer his hand to you.
Nice
and he will take your hand and kiss your hand.
Why, you have manners. So what sort of talents do you have?
Well, and he'll pick up a card and he'll start doing, shuffling the deck with one hand going, got a few talents.
Clearly. Would you like to play a game?
He'll take the deck and fan it out and go, pick a card.
I certainly will. And I will reach out and pull a card out.
All right. And you pull out the One of Hearts.
Now, what do you want me to do with this card?
Just put it back in the deck anywhere you want.
All right. And I'll be very careful not to let him sit, and I'll put it back in.
All right. And he'll shuffle it around and he'll set it down in front of Violetta and said, Violetta, pick a number. So 18. And he starts counting out 18 cards. And then he goes, oops, and he reaches up behind Violetta's ear and pulls a card out and goes, now that's odd.
What's the matter?
It's the 1 of clubs. It shouldn't have
What's
been.
That wasn't my card.
I know. Let me. And he'll take the deck and he'll put it back together. And he'll count through it again, count down to 18, and then he'll do the same trick behind Violetta's ear and go, I must be getting rusty. And he'll lay it down and it's a 4 of diamonds.
Interesting. That wasn't my card either.
Yeah.
I suppose you just need a bit of practice.
And he's going to take and he is going to start shuffling through the entire deck. Now that's strange.
Are you all right, Mr. Talent?
I'm missing a card from my deck.
Oh, I assure you I didn't take it. Did you lose it? Should we make sure you didn't drop it somewhere?
And he looks around and he's like,
They're not cheap.
I think I'm tired. I'm going to head on to bed and you guys have a good evening.
Well, all right. Would you like a room here?
Well,
You can choose if you want.
He's already got one.
Never mind. Slipped my mind.
That's all right. I've only been here 2 days, you know, mostly to myself.
She was offering a room of hers.
Should I escort you to your room?
Not this
Don't want you
evening.
to get lost.
Not this evening, thank you. And he's going to lay the cards down in front of Violetta and go, you can have these.
Well, that's mighty kind of you. Violetta, tell him thank you. Manners, dear.
Thank you.
Good girl.
I guess I better be getting ready for bed too. Daddy will be back soon. So she starts cleaning up her papers and stuff.
Run along before he gets back. I'll tell him you went to bed at a decent hour. This supposes
Thank
this
you.
is a decent hour.
Thank you.
Our secret. Now, Mr. Talent, if I can get you anything, you just let me know.
I'll
Drinks
do
or
that.
otherwise.
I'll do that.
I sure would fancy playing a game of cards with you sometime too.
Yeah. Let me get a fresh deck, and we'll do that.
Well, I hope to see you tomorrow. Sleep well, sir.
And so he disappears to his room. Things are dying down a little bit in the inn. Caleb and Lady Amethyst, as you're riding into town, it's a little dark, but you see something kind of pale, but moving like it's running down the road. And how tall are you, Mr. Flores? I mean, you're 5'11", isn't that
Yeah,
right?
he's 5'11", dark skin though,
So-
with kind of like long
Well,
brown curly hair.
A little bit dark, but I think with the sweat and everything else, any light that would be out there, you might reflect it a little
Shining.
bit. And as you get a little bit closer, you realize it's a man running down the road.
My word. Who is that? Now I'll get up and walk to the door and sort of look out.
So Caleb and
Mr.
Amethyst, you come up on top. You come up on Emilio first.
Mr. Emilio,
No time to talk.
what happened? Where's Cherry?
So much behind me. I gotta go. Hold on. I'll meet you in the saloon.
Oh. Mr. Caleb, we should. I think he might have left the horse behind.
This is your school teacher?
No, not mine.
Right.
He is athletic.
So yeah, Emilio comes busting in the front door of the inn.
Oh God.
Mr. Flores, are you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry. Oh jeez.
Oh my lord, honey, you need to sit down.
No, I need to write this down before I forget it. He like searches in his pants for the pencil. And he finally pulls out one, and he goes over to his books and he flips open a cover and starts writing down 1 diamond, 1 club 4. Diamond 1 club 4. I think that was it. Okay. Whew. Oh,
Hey.
God.
Hey,
Huh? What?
Caleb steps into the inn.
Mr. McCarty, pleasure to see you here. You don't come
Less of a
around too
pleasure to
often.
be here. Well, that's probably on account of the fact that I don't indulge in gambling, philandering, fornicating, or the devil drink.
So you're boring, a prude, and you don't eat. Okay. We also serve food.
Miss Morrow, I think Mr. Emilio sir left Cherry behind. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go get Cherry. I'm worried about him.
Yes, I am so sorry. There was an accident. There was a pothole or something in the.
Did you break his leg?
Where's the horse?
I think so. It's on the path.
You better give me that gun back.
I'm sorry. I think I left it there. I took off my shirt and everything for comfort, and I gave.
I noticed.
Some food. I am so sorry. I will do everything I can to repay you.
Mr. Flores, calm down. It's all right. Amethyst, if something's happened, I don't want you to go alone, all right? Mr. McCarty, why don't you go with her to get the horse and then come on back and tell me what's happened?
Well, hold on. No one should leave right now.
I mean, Cherry has no choice but to not be here.
We need our horses.
Thanks to you.
And Amethyst will be quite upset.
Well, where's Mr. Marshall?
I don't know.
Did you not see him? You should have flagged him down for help.
No, Mel's was supposed to come get help, but he was taking his sweet time. But what is?
Where's your shirt?
I left it on top of the horse for warmth. It was.
The horse has fur, Mr. Emilio, sir.
You still put blankets on it and such. I wanted it.
Right.
There were lights in the sky.
Wait, what did you just say?
Stars, honey.
No,
night.
I know stars. And he's pulling out his books on astronomy and stuff, and like pointing out like stars and like and such, and the mathematics of orbits, and he's like, look. They were not stars.
As you open one of these books and you're paging through it, a card falls out.
Oh.
He picks it up.
Oh,
hold on. He puts it down and grabs rips out a piece of paper from one of his books, like trying to make sure he's not touching it physically, and using the piece of paper, he kind of pulls it up and looks at it. What do we have here? What is on it? What's on the card?
It's a 1 of hearts.
1 of hearts. So, okay.
I'm going to take that and I'm going upstairs.
Hold on. Minnie.
Oh.
And he gets closer and places gently his hands on either of her shoulders. Do you believe in coincidence?
I believe in anything you want me to believe in, sir. I mean, yes.
Good. Humanity from the start. Coincidence, it's a beneficial thing. It's humanity putting value in certain patterns. It makes us more cautious at night when probability says we should be okay, right? Coincidence.
Okay.
I have just bear witness to 3 instances of remarkable coincidence, patterns strung together that might have meaning, something beyond what we can grasp here, something that I don't know is explained in my books. Look at this card. The
Well,
third
yeah.
instance of such a thing appearing to me without asking.
Well,
It-
what did you see, darling?
One of diamonds and the four of clubs up in the sky, lights rotating around in the sky, forming patterns.
Where did you see these lights?
Right halfway to where Mel was taking me, near where Cherry is. The lights are gone now, but
Have you seen them too, Mr. Caleb?
I didn't see any diamonds or clubs,
what'd you see?
but just something in the sky. Looked like it was flying.
Well, there was there's a gentleman here. His name is Mr. Talent. And maybe this is one of your coincidences, Mr. Flores, but
A newcomer comes in, of course.
he had me choose a card,
What
but the card I
was it?
picked was the one of hearts.
Is
When he
it
did
this-
his little magic trick, it was gone. He said he lost it.
Maybe it's this one. Minnie. Oh,
Oh, you can call me Minnie. It's quite
it's
all
just
right.
no. It's just the million things I could say. Poets written about you. Just the connection, the brilliance. Thank you. Okay,
Oh.
When did he?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Where?
I'll take you to him.
Excellent.
Never had anyone write poems to me about
First, Mr. Flores, where did you leave that horse?
Halfway that way.
on the ground, I assume.
It's stuck in the hole.
Right.
Mel's
You were on your
is-
way to. You were on your way to.
Exactly. Mel's was he's supposed to become
Grandma's.
assistant, but he was taking such a darn gosh tootin', excuse my language, time of
Yeah.
it all.
Well, he's a little pony.
And
I
the
meant
thing-
Mel's.
Oh,
be careful if you're going to collect him.
oh, I will. I admit, Mr. Caleb's nice and strong. Will you come with me again?
Honey, do you want the shotgun from under the bar? Is that
No,
necessary?
I don't.
I've
think
got a
that's
shotgun.
necessary.
Like I said, do you want the shotgun from under the bar, Amethyst? Do you think it's necessary?
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure Mr. McCarty doesn't know how to handle any weapons.
Is that true, Mr.?
No, it's not true.
Oh, okay, sorry.
One would never
But
know.
I believe Miss Morrow is using what we call a euphemism.
Oh, I don't do anything with the youth. What are you talking about?
Yes, the Senora McCarty, it's my understanding that your hands are quite agile and useful when it comes to the use of weapons.
What did you do to my Mr. Flores, Mr. McCarty?
What?
I haven't done a thing to your Mr. Flores.
There's a horse that's stuck in a hole.
I'm
Yes,
exactly.
go. And there was a man upstairs, and I
I've
should
heard
get a
enough of
shirt
this.
on.
I've heard enough of this. Come on.
Thank you, sir. She'll if you let her, she'll try to lace her arm onto yours.
He will not let her.
Okay, she won't.
Fred.
Oh, sorry, sir. I just
Hey.
thought you could
It-
kindly lie.
It's no trouble. Let's just saddle up.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
rawhide.
Oh, Mr. Flores, come on. Let's go talk to Mr. Talent. Are you sure you're all right, dear? Do you need it? You don't.
No, I feel like the great writers before me, inspired by the things that I've seen, things I hope I will never forget. But even though I grow older, it's like I'm sure I will. But the importance of what today could mean, the significance, and what if the day goes on and this is it? This is as close as I ever get to maybe divinity, maybe a slight look into a little bit more of an understanding of how our universe works. it's just so much right now. I'm overwhelmed. I'm vulnerable and I'm overwhelmed. But let's go.
Well, you just let Minnie take care of you. I won't let anything happen to you. Now come along.
Excellent.
And she'll fuss and pet over him, and she'll pet him and try to mop up any sweat and check for like any scratches or anything.
Oh yeah, and like now that kind of things have died down and everything as he's going up the stairs and such, there are like several scars on his back and throughout his body, deep wounds and such that have mostly healed, but he usually tends to wear like long sleeve shirts and everything, and even on his wrists you'll see kind of lacerations and bruises and scars from a while ago. Though underneath those scars is a physique.
Ooh. Darling, we have got to talk about where all these scars came from. Who hurt you?
I should visit my room real quick.
Oh no, that's quite all right. We should get to Mr. Talent's room right now, before he goes to sleep. We'll go to your room afterwards.
Fudge.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry for the language again. All right.
oh no, you may use any language you like around me, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right.
I guess we're going to Talent's room.
So all this conversation is occurring while you're going up the stairs towards Mr. Talent's room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love these dice. I don't know what the deal is tonight. I'm only rolling 5 dice, but I'm consistently getting 6 to 7 successes. I am loving this evening. I never get this. It's the one night. As you walk by the Flores room, Violetta looks out the door, sees you walking, mopping on her father who is shirtless, and she just and shuts the door and goes back in.
That's fair.
Yeah, good choice.
All right, you make it to Mr. Talent's door.
Oh, all right. This is his door.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock.
Please tell me you have no shirt on, but you still have your bolo on.
Yeah, just a little like just out of habit. He's like, okay.
The door slowly opens, and there stands Mr. Talent, fully dressed, even has his hat on.
Well, good evening, sir. We're so sorry to disturb you, but I wondered if I could speak to you for a minute.
Mr. Flores? Where's your shirt?
Unfortunately, the journey that I have been on did not require the shirt to accompany me, and instead found its place on a more appropriate back. Is this your card?
That's nice, but usually when you do the trick, you have the entire deck.
It's no trick. So I found this in my book.
Is that the one you lost, sir?
Flip it over. That is my deck. Yes.
Might I inquire some theories as to how it got into my book, particularly the ones associated with astrology?
Interesting. Well, I was doing a card trick for Miss Morrow and your daughter. You know, your daughter's got some pretty impressive card skills. Is it possible she might have done that just to play a trick on me? Because I put the deck in front of her and asked her, why, she is... You better keep an eye on that one. Just out of curiosity, what page was it on?
He will try to recollect the page that it was on.
Because you were not focused on it. This is going to be a wits and academics. but I'm going to penalize you 2 dice because you were not paying attention to what was going on.
All right.
Can I-
4 dice. 2 successes.
You're pretty sure it was in the first half of the book, and you think about it a little bit more, and you kind of flash through what the writing on your arm comes back into mind.
Yeah.
And then it just occurs to you, it was close. It was Proxima Centauri. It was on Proxima Centauri.
Proxima Centauri. Yes. Right near that page. Is that an importance to you?
No, I just thought it was interesting. I mean, I assumed if she's that good with a trick, she put it there on purpose.
Oh, I think it's interesting too. Not a few minutes before, I see lights and images similar to the patterns we see on a deck of cards. You come in. When did you come in?
Did you have your shirt on before or after you saw these lights?
I had my shirt on during the time. My shirt left my company soon after.
He's gonna come in close and look, and he's gonna take open your eye up, and he goes, "Can you see my fingers? And how many fingers am I holding up?"
2.
Do you have a temperature? Do you have a doctor in this town? I mean, I knew somebody who saw lights once, and he had what they called it a stroke.
Mr. I am a person who defaults to reason. All right, beliefs in the supernatural and mystical phenomenon is not something that I put much belief into. If anything, it's very fascinating to see how cultures and humanity attribute these patterns and give meanings to them. And I can say without falter in my speech, good sir, that this occurred. The lights in of itself dictate a reason for investigation. Now, whether these cards are associated with it might be a far stretch, and maybe I'm excited under those circumstances, but I assure you, the lights, Mr. Talent.
The lights?
Yes. Moving in the sky. Not only myself, McCarty saw lights moving in the distance. Maybe some scientific phenomenon, a grouping of gases collating in the sky, revealing some sort of beautiful representation of nature that is only seen every couple of hundreds of years. Or maybe it's something else. The pattern suggests that it is mechanical in nature, some force by which is dictating the locations of these lights and the speed and processes that move them across the night sky. Are you getting where I'm going, Mr. Talent?
Yeah, you saw some fireflies.
Oh my God, it's not fireflies. Was this frustrating for so many other people before me? Speaking.
Okay, let me ask you this. You saw a light. Did it split off into other lights?
Yes, it did. It split off into a pattern of diamonds. And
then... mating fireflies. You saw their blessed union. They separated. You saw... It's fireflies.
They just seem so much bigger. I've seen fireflies before. I've categorized the lights and the bioluminescence that they're able to project out of their little bodies. They're so very cute. It's just not... Oh, man, this is... Minnie, I am getting frustrated, and I don't know why. This is new territory for me.
If I could recommend, sir, you might be cold, and you could use a shirt. And Miss Morrow, maybe he could use a shot of whiskey.
Well, I'm sure that would help. Do I think this dude is lying, by the way?
I'm gonna. If you have a question, who are you asking about? Emilio
Talent.
or Jay? Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I think I'm going to need a wit subterfuge from you, please.
Yeah, I feel like Emilio's like, yeah, he telling the truth. He wouldn't lie to me. We're both men of science. All 3 of us are people of science. This is a nice level.
I'm a person of science.
Exactly. You know, you
Wait.
perform cases.
Anatomy. Anatomy.
Yeah.
Okay, so wits and subterfuge.
Yep.
Good thing I did this. Three successes. It says 8, 9, 10.
As far as you can tell, he seems he seems to be going along with it nicely. Obviously, he is patronizing Emilio a bit, but you did interrupt him in the middle of the night with a shirtless man. So he's listening to him. He's not being rude, but he's dismissing it. It's like the guy's shirtless. He's obviously been sweating. He's probably drunk, in this guy's opinion. Yeah, he's just kind of going and just kind of humoring him, ready to shut the door and go to bed.
Well, we're sorry to disturb you, but we just wanted to return your card. Mr. Flores, maybe you need a rest.
We have to return the card?
Mr. Talent, do you want your card back, right? Or it doesn't matter?
Actually, I gave the deck to your daughter.
Oh,
Excellent.
well, how lovely.
Might we, Mr. Talent, have breakfast in the morning, say 4 a.m.?
What?
4 a.m.
Well, 3:30.
I'm not a farmer, sir.
Romero's not going to want to get up at that early just to make you breakfast.
True. Maybe when do you wake up?
If
Mr.
you
Talent?
want to talk about 9 or 10, I'll be willing to discuss that.
Excellent. Well, if you wake up earlier, I will be downstairs.
Downstairs?
Okay. I like waking up early and getting some. I do my workout around like 3:30, and then I'd like to kind of revisit the classics. Play a little piano, maybe guitar, and then of course there's education later on that day.
Well, why don't you keep me company until then in my room and tell me what happened?
Is that appropriate? And it's like in a
completely fine.
In a weird like forward way, he places a hand on the doorknob and just like closes it.
Well, before you get the door closed, you go, oh, wait a minute. Since you're here, and he walks over, you hear him rummaging around a little bit, and he comes back and hands you a book.
Oh,
I was offering this to Violetta to read, if you didn't mind.
Of course. I will give it to her in the morning. She most assuredly is asleep right now, but I will let her know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Talent, sorry for interrupting your sleep. Sweet dreams, and all such. Okay.
Come along, Mr. Flores. Tell me all about your adventures tonight.
Minnie. I'm sorry. No, yes. Minnie. Have you ever kind of looked back on your life and like kind of looking through pages, right? You know, sometimes on the bottom right corner, you have those numbers that indicate the location of a certain page. And you flip through it. And sometimes, if they're very clever, they'll have something on it so that when you flip through it quickly, it kind of almost like a moving picture of some sort, kind of dancing across the books. I once saw an individual painstakingly take about half a year, I think, doing the very same thing in a Spanish version of the Bible. At the end of it was the cross kind of just gone and vanished, but at the beginning of it, it had such intricate wooden design on it. And I couldn't imagine the the amount of attention that went in from beginning to end. But one can imagine looking behind about what we've all been through step by step, places that we've been, particularly myself, that could there be a pattern associated with it that brings us to this very moment, a night of coincidences, if you will, put together, shoved together, and then made manifest by lights in the sky and the chance meeting of a newcomer. I feel like I'm talking in circles now. I'm sorry.
I can't say that I've ever thought of my life that way. No, so I'm sorry. This room's mine. Come on in, dear. And I'll open the door and I'll link arms and just sort of pull him in.
Wait, hold on. Is this appropriate?
Oh, it's completely fine, dear.
Okay.
You said you get up at 3 a.m. anyway, so you're just going to keep me company and tell me what happened.
Yeah, and I could read this book to you if you're interested. Well, why don't you lie down? I'll take care of it. There was a book I was reading earlier about kind of specific points of the body that release pressure. Kind of almost I don't know, it kind of blends from science to almost like
Why don't you come read that to me and demonstrate?
That's what I was thinking. I am so happy to be with someone who kind of is interested in this stuff like I am. I feel like sometimes like I'm trying to be like some of these other people, and they're just so tough, and like they're just like the stories you hear about. But where I'm from, I was always okay. I'm sorry. I'm feeling vulnerable and a little bit excited. Let me just I'll work on your shoulders. That's already a chapter I'm very familiar with, and then we can flip through the book to see what areas can be covered. In the meantime, I'll also read this other book, if that's okay.
Can you shut the door, dear?
Oh yes, of course. No, of course. During this whole thing, you have to be you have to have privacy.
Shut the door, darling.
Yeah, and shut the door and come on over. And
we're just reading.
Just reading. Yeah. Of course. I always read to women in shirtless. It's just a thing. So.
Of course.
Here, lie down while I take off my shirt and read to you.
The shirt was already off, good sir, because of the accident with the horse.
Because that makes complete sense. If you fall off your horse, you cover it with a shirt.
Exactly.
That's kind of like covering dogs' messes with paper towels, but okay.
Marshall.
So hard.
Marshall, I assume based on Tocho's information, you're probably going to make a little bit wider circle, and you come around and you see Mel as he arrives with the cart, and he's trying to get Cherry up onto the cart, and obviously Cherry with the sore leg and everything going on, he's having a real tough time trying to do this.
Mr. Mel, looks like you could use a hand.
Sure, Marshall. That school teacher done tried to break this poor pony's leg, and I thought he knew how to ride. And I'm not quite sure I understand. I assume he's okay. I didn't find any blood, but his shirt's over there.
Yeah,
the Derringer's over there in the mud.
Oh, gee. Well, I'll collect that then. They'll be wanting it back, I'm sure.
All right. Well, I brought the lowest wagon I had. I figured this hay hauler might do okay, but I'm just trying to get the pony up in it so we can get it back.
Well, I'll give you a hand with that, and then I'm going back to find out why he's left his shirt and his gun. Everything going all right up at the ranch?
Yeah, it's been quiet. I went back, and I'll be honest, I went and had a little bit of supper figuring he'd be okay, and maybe it would help him wisen up a little bit to have a little bit of cold, but I come back. What's that laying in the... Is that his metal tubey thing? I can't believe he left it too.
Well, I guess I'll take up all of it. I'm heading back that way anyway. So you just expected to come back and find him, and he went off running from what I've heard. You didn't hear nothing?
No, there wasn't nothing going on. It was all quiet out here.
Yeah, I figured.
I
There
saw
wasn't anything to see at the other ranch either.
I saw Caleb riding in, and it looked like he had that young girl that works at the inn.
No,
I,
that
I'm
doesn't sound right at all. That couldn't have been Caleb. It had to be
Yeah.
someone else.
I'm fairly certain it was him, and I'm pretty sure it was her. I mean, not that I know her that well or anything, obviously.
Yeah, well, a lot of strange happenings tonight. Just get this pony back and get it taken care of. I'll let them know that you did it, and hopefully they'll have something for you. But you stay safe tonight. I don't want any more strangeness. None of this running around shirtless and throwing your guns in the mud.
Well, he didn't seem too swift. Well, if you don't mind, why don't you go ahead and take the wagon all in since we get the horse up here, and I'm gonna head back and I'm gonna catch some sleep. You still planning on heading up to the mesa in the morning?
Yeah, that's a plan. Gotta pick up some tobacco first, but I think they're doing fine up there, at least from what I heard.
Heard from who?
Well, just forgive me, I can't recall his name.
Tocho.
Tojo. Yeah, Tojo was out there in the woods. Guess he was out for some hunting. Called me over, I guess, after a while. Don't know that he's seen anything, but he said he was going to put in a word with the rest of them and see if anybody had. And he figured that we ought to bring up some tobacco with us. They were running low.
All right. Well, anyway, you get him in there. I'll come in and get the wagon tomorrow. So
I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good evening, Marshall.
Yep. I'll buy you a drink next time for taking care of this. I appreciate it.
No problem. Just being neighborly.
Yeah, well, don't come so natural to most.
Well, let's just hope we can figure out what's killing the cows around here.
We'll get it taken care of. Don't worry. I'm not going to let this happen here.
All right. And he's going to head off the other direction back home.
I'll just have Blue ride beside me, and I'll bring in the cart.
Okay. So, Caleb and Lady Amethyst, what are you doing now that Emilio and Minnie have disappeared into a room, apparently? You hear some heavy reading going on.
Very much science. Much
But
science.
I assumed we were going to go out and get the horse, but it
Yeah.
seems like the horse is already gone.
Well, you'll
Well,
run
we'd
into the
make our way
marshal.
towards it. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll run into the marshal on the way in.
Marshall.
And so, Marshall, you see Caleb and Lady Amethyst riding along together.
Caleb, well, I hope you're having a good evening.
Oh, it's not like that, sir. He's just accompanying me because he's a big tall man, and it's
I've had
rather
better
dark
evenings.
outside.
I've had better evenings, Marshall. This young lady came riding up to the ranch and thought I'd better escort her back to the inn, considering there's Lord knows what out there cutting holes in cows.
You know, I
Yes.
was just looking into that myself. I was riding around. You didn't hear or see anything today, did you?
Well, no, sir, nothing unusual. Not until Isaiah found the cow.
Wait,
One of
hold
ours.
on. One of yours too?
One of mine too. Two circular holes cut right through the middle of it, bone and all. Blood drained out, but
Blood
none on
drained
the
out.
ground.
It was clean, sir. It didn't look like a knife or anything. It was just a clean hole. Like someone put a pipe through it.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but we're going to be looking into it tomorrow morning. We're heading up to the Mesa. Caleb, I don't
Mesa.
know if... Yep, that's right, the Mesa.
What are you heading up there for?
Well, we're going to talk to the Hopi, see if they've seen anything, heard anything. I don't
wouldn't have
suspect
done
they
this.
did nothing. No,
They wouldn't.
no,
They wouldn't have wasted the meat.
absolutely. And I don't think it's the prospectors neither, because they would have taken it with them. But can't hurt to double check on both of them.
Have you seen anything weird in the sky, Mr. Marshall?
No, I've been a little bit too focused on the ground, I guess.
Oh. Well, we've had a couple people say they've been seeing weird things in the sky, so you may want to keep your eyes out.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind right after I find the diver and the unicorn.
Oh,
Excuse me?
Sorry, don't worry about it. Just something a kid was telling me. Look, got
taking
Cherry
tests?
in the back.
well, what happened to him? Is he okay? Is his leg broken or no?
No, it ain't broke. Just
Oh.
sprained. He'll be down a
Good,
while.
good. We'll take care of him. He'll be okay.
I imagine you got to be getting back to your ranch, back to your folks. I'll escort Lady Amethyst here back, and why don't you head back up and get some rest? And if in the morning you wouldn't mind coming with me up to the Mesa, since you're involved anyhow.
I think I'd like to, Marshall.
Yeah. Say, did you pass by Emilio on the way in? I got a few of his things.
Oh, he's with them. He's with Minnie back at the inn.
That school teacher was ranting and raving.
He thought he was one of the main people who said he saw the lights. He was saying they were like making card shapes, and then a card fell out of a book. It was kind of a fine display.
Well, whatever he's seen, it must have done something to him. He left behind his shirt, a gun, and whatever this thing is.
To be honest, I think even just a mouse might cause that reaction out of Emilio.
That'd be Miss Amethyst's gun at this point, or rather.
Yes, that is mine. Is it okay? Did he get any dirt on it?
Ma'am, why don't I take the time to clean that up for you?
Oh yes, please be careful. It's from the ward.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's mighty nice. I try not to shoot it. I like it. Just kind of looks pretty and intimidating if I ever need it.
well, I tell you what. After we head up to the Mesa and I check in on a few things, you stop by the office and I'll show you how to clean it proper, and you can tell me a little bit about its history.
Oh yes, sir. I'd like that very much.
Caleb, you have a good evening. Stay safe out there. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to get to the bottom of it.
I hope so, Marshall. That was a $20 cow I lost tonight.
You can rest assured I'm not going to let this happen here. I've been a lot of places and I've seen plenty of things, but this is not going to happen here, not in this town, not while I'm here.
Well, if you need any help, you just let me know.
Absolutely. I'll remember that.
Good night, Marshall.
Have a good evening.
Goodbye, Mr. Caleb. Thank you for spending some time with me. I hope I didn't cause you any discomfort. You're a nice man.
It was nothing, miss. I was just helping you back to the inn.
Oh, thank
Don't make
you,
more
sir.
of it than it was.
Oh, I won't. I won't. I know
Mind the
you don't
pothole
want
on
it to
your way
be
back.
anything. Oh, pardon?
Sorry, just mind the pothole on the way back.
Yes, Marshall. I don't think I would have hit that pothole, to be honest.
I didn't figure, but I don't want any more happening tonight.
You and me both. Well, see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Miss Amethyst, would you prefer to ride here in the carriage?
Oh, I don't mind much what we do. What are you going to be doing?
Well, I figured I'd drive it in, but no sense in you having to ride when you can just sit.
Of course. I'd love to sit by you, Mr. Marshall.
Well, if it makes you happy, I guess.
Thank you.
We're also trained to be looking for the double entendres now, just waiting for somebody to take something the wrong way.
I'm just a sweet little lady. I'm being kind. I'm being polite. I'm not in the inn. I'm not working.
Right. Well, Caleb, you make it home safely. Marshall and Amethyst, you make it back. You're able to get Cherry out of the wagon and put up in a stall. Have to have somebody come take a look at her in the morning. Probably get the barber to do it. He's the one with the most medical knowledge left in town. Maybe the blacksmith would know a little bit. Be somebody to talk to as well. It's late at night. Got plans to go to the Mesa in the morning. I think all of you probably have a good reason to want to go to the Mesa for various things. We'll cover that next time. But Emilio reads, and Minnie, you eventually fall to sleep as he's reading from this book and gets a few pages into a story by Jules Verne, The Mysterious Island. Starts off in the Civil War. Talks about some people escaping in a balloon filled with hot air. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Yeah.
All players take 2 beats for the survive in the evening and role play, because this was a very fun table. It's going to get a little darker, but I think it's fun. I like it. I like the humor. I think you all make a great group together. I love it. I'm glad you guys are here, and this is going to be a blast. I'm not going to do it this time, but on the next one, we'll do the player beats. Okay.
Sure.
And we'll go from there, because then you have a chance to have played a little bit longer together and stuff. So somehow my accent is coming out really hard all of a sudden this evening.
It kind of stuck.
Wonder why that could be.
I don't know what it is. I am from the South. I do live in Texas, so I guess maybe
Yes,
that's why it's
sir.
coming out this way. So
Yes, sir.
anyway, viewers, thank you for joining us here on the Onyx Path. Keep in mind, there is a Kickstarter going on right now for Trinity Continuum, which pretty interesting game system. Go out there, take a look at it. It's met a lot of stretch goals. I think the last thing I saw, it was at 80K of its 43K pledge desire goal. So it is doing really well. Get out there and help them get those stretch goals and make it an even better system than it is now. And tonight's game is Chronicles of Darkness. It's supposed to be on the screen, but for some reason one of the icons isn't showing up. This is Chronicles of Darkness, and we are running from the system Dark Eras 2, which actually contains a storyline called The Mysterious Frontier. Obviously, I'm not playing to it exactly, but we're using a lot of information out of it, and we hope you're enjoying what we're doing here. And we hope that we will see you here next week. Tomorrow night, if you're interested, several of these people are in a game that's been running for a little over a year now, the Black Death Chronicle. It is set during the Black Plague in London, except some of these yahoos got hold of a time machine, and they are now 200 BC in China, trying to survive from the evil Chancellor Li Shu. So if you're interested in that, we are over on McStabber Studios Twitch channel tomorrow night. And There are several other things coming up on Onyx Path. Be sure to take a look at the schedule after we sign off. And on Friday, some of these wonderful people are going to be in a jump start for They Came From Beneath the Sea, which ought to be really fun and interesting. And so this is a jump start month here on the Onyx Path Twitch, running lots of jump starts and quick starts for games published by Onyx Path. So be sure to check the schedule and be sure to check back regularly, because there are going to be some fun games going on and some interesting new systems you might want to look at. Anybody else have any announcements they would like to make? Chops, if you would please, sir.
Well, as always, I want to remind everyone that your mental health is a very serious thing. There's a lot going on in the world today, and even if there wasn't, it's never any easier. If you feel like you're trapped and you don't know where to go or what to do, please reach out to somebody and speak with them. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. I know sometimes it can seem like you're putting a burden on them, or it can seem like you don't want to have to ask for help because, you're strong enough to handle it on your own. Or maybe you've done something where you feel like you can't share it with anybody because it would be wrong, or something happened that you feel like you can't share with. But I guarantee you, the people in your life would much rather hear about what's happening than ever find out that something has happened to you. And if for whatever reason you can't reach out to them, please call somebody. There are helplines available 24/7 for all manner of problems. And if you don't feel like talking to somebody, a lot of times they have text lines or emails you can send. But the main thing is taking that first step and reaching out. And I know it's going to be hard, but that's the first step to making things better. And we all want to see you doing well. Just remember, you're never alone unless you decide to be. Please don't choose to be alone if you're going through something. It's hard enough without other people's help. And there's no shame in asking for it, because we've all needed it at some point or another. There's been a point in time where you couldn't eat and you couldn't wipe, and somebody had to do that. And this is not the same. There's no shame in it at all. So please seek help if you need it. And if you don't need help, reach out to your friends, see how they're doing, because you never know what's going on in somebody's life. And I think we all forget sometimes how easy it is to not double check. But with that, I hope you all have a good night, and I hope you're all doing well. Please be safe and stay healthy.
Thank you, Chops. Mitch, you had something you wanted to announce?
Yeah, so if you like the dark and the morbid and such, my TTRPG is coming out May 12th on Kickstarter, which is Necropunk, a setting where the population has declined and humanity had to reanimate the dead via science in order to continue on using them as a labor force. So imagine your dead grandma as your maid. So if that is something you have any sort of interest in whatsoever, I will put the link out for the pre-launch, but definitely check it out, and we would love the support. Next.
Great. If you want to find any of our stuff, we are the Haunted Chron on Twitter, so come out. We're on YouTube as Haunted Chronicles, so come take a look at that. And if you've got any questions about Mitch's game or anything else, send us a message. I'm happy to reply to anything. And definitely take a look at all the Onyx Path stuff. Stay tuned for those jump starts. They are going to be awesome. Have a good evening, and we will see you next week.